This video is brought to you by Sony. Learn what happens when artists meet engineers.
Hey everybody, Jim and Joshua here to talk about some news that came out of the TCAs today. That's the big Television Critics Association gathering, where our very own Eric Goldman and Roth Cornett are now there covering it. Gotham, Fox's upcoming straight-to-series order. Basically, it was supposed to be a young James Gordon, Detective Gordon show. It now sounds much more like basically Smallville, but with young Batman, that little Bruce Wayne and adolescent Bruce Wayne. They didn't say exactly what age, but probably around 12, 13 that way, is going to be the main focus of the show. And it's going to have a Nolan-esque, gritty vibe and follow young Bruce Wayne. Gordon will still be in there, and then we're going to see sort of the proto version of some of the villains, including specifically named by the network boss, Penguin, Riddler, Joker, Catwoman. Thoughts on basically Gotham going from basically a young Gordon show to now basically Smallville, but with Batman?
Well, that's a completely different show now. Yeah. It's and do we really want to see little kid, like little teenage Bruce Wayne? Would you watch a show about like some like teenage Batman? Like the most interesting parts of his story don't start until he's a young man, like we saw in Batman Begins. So it seems a little weird to get. It's no longer about Jim Gordon with sort of a what do you call it in like CSI? CSI, yeah. That's what I imagined it, like a CSI but in Gotham.
Yeah,
but now it's procedural, and but with sort of the villains coming in. But now it seems like a completely different show. I don't even know like what it's going to be.
Well, to me, I'm confused by the shift, at least the perceived shift. It's certainly from the bosses, the network bosses' statements. It does sound like this is going to be basically the beginning of Gotham going crazy, which could be cool. It could be really cool, but I thought James Gordon was supposed to be sort of the human anchor of this whole show. We're going to start seeing it. If we're going to start seeing these villains 10 years out before he's Batman, does it undercut Gotham's need for Batman? I thought the whole idea was this city is so far gone, only Batman can save it. If Gordon's going to be in the job 10 years and we're going to see basically young Joker and everything, I don't know. What do you think?
That's an interesting. I'd love to hear more about like what their plans are for this now, because it's not going to be a procedural, and Gotham's going to be sort of it hasn't gone crazy yet. Is that what I'm to understand?
Yeah.
He said we won't see the villains in costumes, so we won't see Joker in the purple suit or anything, but we'll see him before he became like crazy.
Yeah, I would imagine then we're probably going to get a bit of the Jack Napier Joker, maybe. Maybe they're going to go to that. Well, they also said that it's not going to be tied to the Ben Affleck Batman and the Man of Steel sequel, and that the movies and the TV stuff are still separate, but they're going to kind of coordinate a little bit so that they're not stepping on each other's toes. It won't be directly tied at all to the Nolan series, but tonally and the idea of the origin story, clearly like they're drawing from Nolan. So it sounds like, at least on the small screen, it's going to be a gritty kind of down and dirty Gotham, which is cool. Maybe it'll be basically The Wire, but in Gotham City, or
what it really just sounds like Arrow did such a good job for them. We love that show, and now they want to do the Batman version of that.
Yeah.
But again, Arrow can get pretty violent. Like he's like killing people and stuff like that. So again, come back to like the 13-year-old Bruce Wayne. Are we going to watch him do all this stuff? Are we going to have little teenage workout montages and stuff?
Well, I have a feeling too, like he could, particularly when it comes to the villains, is there now going to be a large kind of age gap between the villains? I mean, it's okay if there's a little bit of a gap, but I always thought Batman and his villains were, for the most part, most of them were roughly the same age. Are we going to now see like little Harvey Dent
being
the high school monitor, hall monitor or something, and flipping a coin at his locker? I mean, I kind of like what it seems maybe a little too going a little
Penguin's
bit too far.
Penguin's the chubby kid who didn't fit in, and it's like
right.
It's high school Gotham.
Bane is just the bully shaking down people for lunch money,
Yeah, he's got a crush on Selena Kyle, Catwoman.
Yeah. Poison Ivy is the one with cooties. But all right, well, I think that Gotham. That's still the title of the show right now. The fact that they're using that as the title kind of gives you the idea that it's going to be a broader kind of tapestry. Maybe Bruce Wayne isn't going to be the whole emphasis of the show, but it certainly sounds like it from the way that they were selling it at the TCAs. We'll have to see. I'm sure maybe Wayne Enterprises, there'll be some kind of shenanigans going on there in the corporate, in the boardrooms of Wayne Enterprises that, those characters probably will get in there.
Lucius Fox could be in it. Alfred, of course.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll have to wait and see how all this shakes out. But, Gotham is happening. It's going to be on the Fox network. Keep it locked here to IGN for more on that show and all your Batman needs.